Hey guys, Catering Slaw here, back at you with another Goodwill Bins video. Today we're going to cover two separate trips to the Goodwill Bins. Showing us some of the stuff I found first. Lady, always find Lady, I'll pick her up. That is Showbiz Pizza. So it's an older Chuck E. Cheese, basically what Chuck E. Cheese used to be. Teddy Fresh, really good brand right there apparently. Sells for some decent money actually. I haven't listed it yet. None of this stuff is listed. I learned not to do that. Blue's Clues plushie. A little purse, looked vintage to me. Vera, always pick up Vera at the bins if it's in good condition at least. Harry Potter owl, some more Blues Clues items. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that stuff. Let's go look at the bin. I did pass on the books. I accidentally bought the Now and Laters. Shouldn't have bought those obviously. I'm not gonna eat candy I find at the bins unless it's new and sealed and hasn't expired yet. On this day there were a bunch of books. Seems like it's a lot recently is books and shoes. At least the last day I went, it was all books and shoes. The bags, I don't mind. I always like to pick up bags if they're obviously if they're good brands. You have to figure out if they're fakes or not. There's a lot of fakes out there of the like designer brands, obviously, but for something like Vera, I don't think Vera is faked very often. So if I see a Vera item, I will probably pick it up. But just looking through the bags, always look through them just to check and make sure there's nothing in there. You know, somebody didn't open one, you could find something really good in there sometimes. The puzzle, I debated picking that up. It was new and sealed in there. I think I passed on the puzzle, but um, that was back like 5 years ago during COVID. It sold really well, but these bins didn't exist back then, obviously. And I think for the bins I went to during COVID, there was rules where you had to stand far from people, and I don't know, it was just a different time, obviously. But looking through more stuff, I just not seeing anything here that I specifically like. There are some stuffed animals you can see there. The baby carrier, I think I actually picked that cozy cover up. I think I'm going to show that in one of the clips. I didn't pick up the box that it went in, I just picked up the cozy cover. But that's like a cover for a uh, car seat or a stroller if you're trying to, keep the sun off of your kid or to keep them from not seeing stuff and going to sleep or whatever. But yeah, that's the first trip, or not the first trip, the first clip is going to be all this stuff. Just looking through stuff, bunch of books. I don't pick up books at the bins. They weigh way too much at the bins for me to pick up. Some bins have them super cheap, but not this one. This one is 99 cents a pound, which is still good. But on to the next clip. This is some of the stuff I also picked up. Just showing y'all some more. There's the Harry Potter hour again. Some books, Magic Treehouse, stuff like that. A Xbox controller, always pick that up. Another Vera. These books right here, I think they're actually worth some pretty good money if I'm remembering correctly. It was like Scrooge, Uncle Scrooge, basically is what that was from Disney. And I almost had the whole set. I think I'm missing like two out of like the 54 books, which 99 cents a pound. It did weigh a decent amount. Come here to try and find more. Unfortunately, I am missing like number 17 and number something else. I think I don't know why, but they weren't. I looked through every single bin, turned every single book in this bin over, and couldn't find those two. But there are some here that I did. I did put back some. They just didn't look like they were worth it. But the set that I picked up was like, oh, Scrooge and something else. I don't remember what exactly it said, but it was some random thing of Uncle Scrooge. But there were other ones in here that I did pass on. Y'all might see them in here. I did pick a lot of them up and looked at them and looked them up. And that's something no one is ever going to buy is that microwave. I don't know why they even bother putting that in the bin. They should put that in the regular. This is a retail and an outlet. So you have both options at this Goodwill location. There's also the Opportunity Center. So it's like a huge Lowe's that got converted into a Goodwill. But they should put the bigger stuff like that on the actual Goodwill side, or just don't even put it out on the bins because no one's going to pay that much for it. Sleeping bags might be worth it if they were some kind of character, but if they're just Academy like that, I don't think they really have much value to them. And I guess you could put them in the wash and wash them that way. I'm not really sure how that would work. If they would work very well in the washer, you might have to do it under bulky items in the washer, but it should work decently well if you do that. And let's go to the next clip. This might be another day. I think this is another day, but that little carousel looks really cool. It was a glass item, so I kind of had to protect it. I'm not sure if you're going to see that in the summary. That's an ornament. Reggie Bush, I picked it up. I don't know if I should have. Labels, thermal labels. One of my friends brought them to me that day at the bins, so thank you. Shout out to Tracy for giving me all those. She didn't need them anymore because I don't think she's using a thermal label printer, but yeah, I got some free labels. So yeah, shout out to Tracy at the bins. Looking through this, just looking to see if I can find anything. Nothing sticking out. Tumblr or Yeti, whatever style that is. More books. The separate day, but again, more books. If you know what to look for, books can be profitable, like Goosebumps and Animorphs and ones like that. Typically, I don't find those in these bins very often, but if I do find a big collection, I will definitely lot them up together. I've got a collection going of them to try and figure out, which ones are, see if I can find them enough or whatever. But yeah, pillows, that kind of looked like, I don't know if I picked that up or not. I don't think, no, I didn't pick that up. Usually when I'm doing these scans, I've already picked up everything, and I don't like to film when they first put out the bin because I can't really focus on what I'm trying to grab if I have a phone in my hand, and I don't want to use a GoPro with the bins. I know some people probably do, and I think it is technically legal, or not. Yeah, legal. Some bins ban you from filming, like the Nashville bins. They don't want you filming at all there for whatever reason. These bins, though, I believe we can film at, but I just never have, and I don't think the people that shop there would want you to have a GoPro on. They probably wouldn't look very kindly on that. But yeah, there have been some recently fights at the bins. One particular people get a little aggressive, and yeah, it's made for interesting things. So they've been saying no aggressive behavior, no kids allowed in the no kids allowed to dig in the bins. So yeah, that's been happening recently. And here's some more stuff I got. Duffy, the bear, Misfittin's kitty. Duffy is from Disney branded. So I got some cool NASCAR stuff. That's like the first rotation that they had that day. Firestone hat and Michael Waltrip signed hat. And some other random things like Dan Weldon, who's no longer with us. He passed away in an IndyCar race not recently, but a while ago. His signature as well. And a Vera. I always pick up Vera items. Here's some clothing. This day, I think they had a decent amount of clothing, which I don't like clothing. I did pass on these Xbox games. They just weren't very good titles, and as you can see right there, the condition of them isn't very good. So pass on the Xbox games. I'll always pick them up and look them up. I mean, in theory, I probably should pick them up and just lot them together on Whatnot or eBay because it's games. At one point, those things cost $50 or $60 each. Now they're worth $5 or $6, maybe something like that. But yeah, that's just how video games go, especially these sports games. Anything past the year that just got put out is not worth money usually. There are exceptions, but typically speaking, that's how it goes. Bunch of shoes, like I said, on this day. Look at all those shoes that just sit there. You can't tell me that people can't find stuff at Goodwill or whatever and that resellers are ruining it. You see all this stuff. This all goes, eventually it's all going to go to the trash. It might go to another rotation or two, but eventually it's just going to go to the trash. So unfortunately, that's what happens with all this stuff. I mean, Goodwill can only do so much to try and get rid of. This is the last resort. The bins usually are the last resort to get rid of stuff. And you can see by looking here how much stuff gets thrown away and or donated. Continuing on, after I had to pause for a second to see how much voiceover I had to do left on this thing. Just looking and seeing clothes. I don't like to pick up clothes. I will occasionally pick them up, like I've said in the past. Here I'm looking at them just to see if I see anything that sticks out. Usually, clothing I will only do if they put out shoes and books. I will probably go to clothing first, just because I'd prefer that over over shoes and books. Books I can go back later and look through. Usually, there's really not much in either one of those for me. And the shoe people are the very aggressive people that cause the fights. Here is another clip. That is something that really interesting to me. It looked interesting. Some kind of a nurse. I picked it up. I don't know if I should have or not. Still haven't been able to determine too much value on it. Super Bowl, one that just happened. Look at a lot of clothing, as you can see. There's a Drew Brees jersey. I always pick up Drew Brees stuff. I think I put back that bear. That's like a Disney outfit, it looks like. So that's some of the stuff that you'll see in the summary, more than likely. Yeah, I think I have 4 bags to go through in the summary. So hopefully it won't take me too long to show you all that. Those boots I put back because they had some damage to them. I was going to get them because they were a decent brand, but whenever I looked further, the sole, I think, was coming apart. Usually that's what happens with some of these shoes. Glass, I don't know why they put it out sometimes. It's just like, if it's just clear glass, no one's going to pick that up at the bins. Number one, it weighs way too much. Something like that, 2005, 20-year reunion coming up for me, 20-year high school reunion. I think that's what that said, is 2005. I still have mine. I don't know why I still have it, but it's at my parents' house, so I don't have to worry about it because it's not at my house. That's what I say, at least. Continuing to, I don't know how much more I'm going to show y'all here, but there's a bunch of clothing out. Shoes, as you can see there, it's like 2 or 3 bins full of shoes. Shoes, as I've said in the past, are not my forte. So let's cut to the summary where I show y'all what I found. None of it is sold yet because none of it is listed, but let's cut and show y'all what I found in total. Here is the summary of what I found on these 2 trips to the Goodwill outlet bins. First thing I'm going to cover is Uncle Scrooge Adventures. This is Luxury Adventures in color. So like I said, I have most of these. Unfortunately, I'm missing 1 or 2, but this whole set, it's 1 to 56, and I think I'm missing 2 or 3. This set should sell for over $100, maybe close to $200, I think, based on the comps I'm looking up. I haven't looked at them recently. It was whenever I picked them up. They still do smell decently new. I'm not sure how old they are. It's just Avengers with Scrooge McDuck. So, yeah, bunch of cool comic books. Hopefully they will sell because they cost a decent amount because they weighed a lot. Let's go ahead and go through the bins. I said something about finding the cozy cover. This will be sold in the kids consignment sale that I sell at usually. So that's what this will be for. It's just a little cover for a baby, a baby stroller or car seat, whatever you call it. Vera Bradley, again, I've been selling it decently well recently, and here's another Vera Bradley. It's not worth too much, maybe 15 to 20. This purse right here was a cool beaded purse. I might run this on Whatnot just because I think it'll do well on there. I would have to do that in my Goodwill Bins show on Whatnot, but yeah, if you want that, make sure you go check it out. This LSU hat looked old to me. I think it'll sell pretty well, maybe in the $30 to $40 range, maybe a little bit more. Just now noticing there is an issue up here, so maybe I should have inspected my items a little bit better. But it is a hat, and hats do not cost much at the bins, so I did pick it up. Anytime you see vintage writing like that, usually script writing is what they kind of call it. It can be worth some money. Next up, a Care Bear. Picked it up. I haven't really tried these on Whatnot yet, so I might try this one on Whatnot and see how Care Bears do on there. And I got another one. So I got 2 Care Bears that I might just throw up on Whatnot and see what happens with them. This guy right here will probably go on Whatnot. He does do pretty well, but I saw someone get in trouble for selling him on eBay recently because of the Velcro being a hazard, so I think I can sell it on Whatnot. I'm not positive, but we'll see what Whatnot says about it. But it's not very big, but these little, whatever they're called, he is Poppy Playtime. They sell pretty well. I got some more Lululemon bags. Eventually I will lot a bunch of these up together and sell them that way. Lady and the Tramp plush dog right here. I have a bunch of Lady. I need to find a way to sell her. She doesn't seem to sell on Whatnot. She hadn't really sold on eBay, so maybe I should stop picking her up, is what y'all are probably going to say. Stitch right here. Stitch Disney Baby. The ears are all crinkly. Stitch Disney Baby. What's next? This right here, I think it's a Build-A-Bear outfit. Not really sure. Not sure why I picked that up. Maybe it goes with something else that's in here. I'm hoping. Let's see what... We got a bag of stuff right here. This is a bag. I don't know what's in it. I don't remember what's in here. Let's see. This is a bag of food. Random food items. Not sure exactly why. TGI Fridays. I guess it's like that. The little whatever. I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's something where they basically make small things. I don't know why I picked up this and some other stuff. I shouldn't have picked that up either. I don't know why. But there's some of those in there. We got another Hello Kitty Build-A-Bear. Not Build-A-Bear. Squishmallow. She needs to be washed. I will wash that. Put it in my wash pile. This bag right here. I don't know if it's Vera or why I picked it up exactly. I don't know what my reasoning for picking this up was. Been so long since I've done this, I don't even remember half the stuff I got, apparently. But it's a hanging organizer. It says flat iron. I don't think it's Vera. So I think I probably thought it was Vera. Maybe I accidentally got that. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing sometimes, apparently. Melzy, Squishmallow right here with the tags. So with the tags usually is what I pick up lately. I did pick up the Hello Kitty because Hello Kitty usually sells, but if it's new with tags, I will pick it up usually. A Nike hat. Nike One is a good brand. I don't know if the hat's really worth too much, but it'll sell for something. This, I sold the crochet, some kind of animal crochet recently on Whatnot, so I figured I'd run this is like a jellyfish. And now I just noticed, like I said, I don't inspect my items very well. There is a hole right there in it. So yeah, maybe I can get my mom to sew that up. Mom, if you're watching, you want to sew that up for me? This is Little People, I believe. It's a polar bear that'll go on Whatnot in a Little People raid train. This right here is Rainbow High. I will always pick up Rainbow High if I see them and they are complete. She is complete. This is, I don't know which one this one is. I don't know all their names, but that's her. Can lot her with another one that I have. Those two. I haven't listed either one of them yet, obviously. This is Hallmark Itty Bitty, but it's Joker and Batman. Or no, Penguin and Batman. I don't know who that is. Penguin and Batman, maybe? Joker and Batman? I don't know. Some of the cool things I got also was, I don't know why I picked this up. This right here, at least, it's a ticket stub. Ticket stub's not really worth too much. I do have the Danica Patrick things. Unfortunately, it's not signed by Danica. It's just 3 Danica Patrick pamphlets or whatever. They give them out usually at the races. This one is signed by Jeff Simmons. I don't know who that is. I do recognize this person as Dan Weldon, like I said in the voiceover. Dan Weldon, unfortunately, did pass away in an IndyCar race. Basically, they ended the season. It was the last race of the season, and he died, and they didn't even finish the race at a tribute or honor to Dan Weldon. So he was a very well-liked racer, and unfortunately, he did lose his life in a crash in the IndyCar series. There seems to be a way more happenings in the IndyCar. NASCAR doesn't really have many deaths happen recently. The last death in a NASCAR sanctioned event was Dale Earnhardt, and that was 2001. Here's another ticket, same ticket, I guess. But I did get some hats as well. Y'all saw them in the voiceover, kind of. Firestone hat should be worth some decent money. It's got cool flames on it. This is a Napa Michael Waltrip Nation's Rent hat right here. Apparently, this person was a Michael Waltrip fan. This is a Martin Truex Jr. No, this is also Michael Waltrip. 55 is MWR as Michael Waltrip, I think. I think 56 is Martin Truex. And then the best item, my favorite item at least, is this Napa Racing hat right here. This is signed by Michael Waltrip right there. Michael Waltrip 15. Definitely his signature. But it's like a patriotic. NASCAR used to do some really cool paint schemes back in the day. I think I might hold on to this one for a while. It probably doesn't really have much value because it's Michael Waltrip and he's not that great of a racer. Or wasn't, at least. Let's move on to the next bag of stuff. This is the Blue's Clues items. I got magenta and blue right there. Both of them will probably be run on Whatnot. Oh, I think this goes with... I think that sweater goes with the girl that this was for. This is a Disney item right here. It goes with the doll that I'm going to show y'all in a second, I think. The Harry Potter owl. It is a puppet. So, as you can see right there, it's a cool Hedwig the owl. I think that's who that is, at least. Got some books as well. Magic Treehouse, Boxcar Children, and Magic Treehouse. They will go up there on my stack of books that I will eventually get around to listing once I get enough of them. This right here, don't know what it is. Let's see, what is this? This is a little charm bracelet right here. It says Riptide. So it's like a surfing, but it's baseball. I think Riptide's surfing. Maybe it's not. Rip Curl, actually, I think is that. So I don't know what that's worth, if it's worth anything, but it was in this cool little box, so I decided to pick it up. There's Magenta. You press her belly and her ears, and she works. So I thought that was cool. Let's see. This is one of my favorite items I picked up. Showtime Pizza. Oh, she's still going. Showtime Pizza was Chuck E. Cheese back in the day. So, back when they had creepy mascots, and then they changed to like Chucky and Munch and Helen Henny and ones like that. But this is what they used to have back in the day. I think it actually still had the tag on it. Or no, it didn't. Because I Google Lensed it. I thought I recognized it as Showbiz Pizza, but I wasn't positive. Actually, it does have the tag on it. It does say Showbiz Pizza Palace on there. Or Showbiz Pizza Place. Yeah, Showbiz Pizza Place. I don't know if it's going to show a year on it or not. No year. But it's by Oriental Trading Company, made in Taiwan. So that's a cool plushie. This right here was the doll that this outfit might go with. I think it went with her. But she is some kind of Disney Illy. I think that's what it said. Disney Illy or something like that. It is Disney branded, so that's why I picked her up. She's not anything great, but I had to pick her up just because of that. Just because she had Disney and she has all of her clothes. So I thought she might be worth something. She goes with that snowboard thing. Here's another doll right here. This is LOL. I don't know why I keep picking these up. They're not really worth money. At least I haven't been able to sell them. But I keep picking them up. This is a Vera Bradley bag right here. So that'll get listed pretty quickly. Those are easy to list for me to take the picture and Google Lens the image or whatever. So the Ready Set Snow is also one of her outfits. This goes with her as well, that doll that is showed there. This outfit right here was new with tags, which is why I picked it up. I couldn't find any information on this, but it looked really cool to me. It's Lion King. The brand is Babini. Babini, Babeeni, and it's Lion King. So I had to pick that up. I don't know if there's what the value is on that, but I think it might have some pretty good value to it. The Teddy Fresh bag was $3.99 at Goodwill. Nobody wanted it, but it's actually worth some decent money, surprisingly enough. I got a Scream mask. I picked it up just because you never know, and it was the Goodwill bins. It's not one of the main really good ones, I don't think, but Scream mask, you should always pick them up if you get them cheap. Tails from Sonic, a keychain right there. I always pick up the little keychains because eventually someone's going to want it. This doll right here had some decent value to it. The brand, I don't remember what it was. Mattel Inc. 1989. It was some kind of doll that had some good value to it. It's missing one of its slippers, but it still had some good value. Rick and Morty, that'll probably go on Whatnot. A My Little Pony Hitch right there. Another Xbox controller. I seem to always find Xbox and PS4 controllers at the bins for whatever reason. This one, the battery compartment looks really nice, so yeah. That one as well. The problem with the Xbox and PS4 controllers, it's hard to charge them or test them because I don't have the console for some of them. Troll right there. This was MPAL, some kind of like MP3 player. Didn't weigh anything, so I decided to put it in there just in case it might have some value. Y'all saw the Reggie Bush plaque. Don't know if it's really worth me picking up. It might just be for me, although I wasn't really a big fan of Reggie Bush. Yeah. These are Southwest Airlines pins. I think these are the ones the pilot just gives to little kids when they go on the plane, so I don't know if it really has any value. An ornament Subway sandwich with random items in it. And then a phone, out of all things, a Samsung 4G phone. Looked like it had some good value to it. It's a Galaxy Core Prime. I think it did. I don't know if it actually worked or not, but it looked like it was in good condition, so I decided to pick that up. And we'll cut and then come back with the other 2 bags of stuff that I got. Decent amount of, yeah, obviously it's two different trips, but it's a lot of stuff. Here are the other 2 bags of stuff that I got. These aren't really done in order, so this isn't the second trip and the first trip based on the 2 things, but this was $2.99 at Goodwill. This is Duffy the Disney Bear. He had some decent return on comps, so I decided to pick him up. Disney Store, Pasadena, California. So I picked that up. It's sticky, so I don't know if I really should have picked it up. But it's one of those Avatar magnet guys that moves back and forth based on on the little thing you press. So he goes like this. His wings go like that, and his head goes like that. So I thought that was cool. I decided to pick that up. Trying to sort out all these wires and what they go to. Here's some, I have an electronic item here. I'm not sure what it is, but it's an electronic item. I'll get to it in a second. Sonic, I picked him up. Have one listed on Whatnot that I sold, so I don't know if I should have picked him up or not, but he does have a stain, so he needs to be cleaned, or he needs to be washed. I don't wash every single plush that I get. It just takes way too much time. Misfittins, another one of these. I'm gonna try and sell 2 of these together. I might start, if it doesn't sell on Whatnot, I might start lotting all the ones I have together on eBay and see if I can sell them that way, because I don't want them to sit on Whatnot forever. Another Pusheen cat. This one's got an ice cream cone. No visible stains that I can see, at least, but I will lot all those together. This was Hero Girl's outfit, Build-A-Bear. Not really worth too much, I don't think, but I'll pick up Build-A-Bear outfits when I see them. Gabby's Dollhouse, new with tags, plushie right here. And then Patrick, Fluffy, or not Fluffy, Buddy edition. This color TFT LCD monitor had some value to it. Based on other models I looked at, it did work when I plugged it in, which is what this other electronic item is. So, yeah, that's a decent find. What else? I don't think there's any. One more thing in here is this pack of cards. No, PS2 memory card right there. That'll go on Whatnot. And then this pack of cards, Allures of the Past playing cards, is new and sealed in the packaging, which is why I picked it up. The last bag has the picture that I was talking about in it. This picture right here, which is, I don't remember the guy's name, Charles something, Night Nurse, 46 out of 150. So I thought that might have some good value to it, just because out of 150 is a very good number for any kind of painting, number-wise. Obviously, it's a very low print, so I decided to pick that up. I don't know if it really has too much value to it, but it's mine. Also, on this trip to the bins, I got some clothing, as y'all probably saw it in the clip. This was, I don't even know what this is. This is some kind of Disney raincoat. It says on here, Walt Disney World, double XL in size, and WDW 1971 Disney authentic genuine quality goods. I don't know. I don't think it's from 1971, but it did have some decent value to it. I thought I saw one or two that looked just like it on eBay for decent money. Clothing wise, if I pick it up, it's going on eBay. I'm not going to put it on Whatnot. Super Bowl LAX in New Orleans. This was a Tulane shirt. It might be for my buddy who went to Tulane. I don't know if he'd want this or not. It is adult small, so it might be too small for him. Maybe I'll just list that on eBay. Here is the receipt. I paid $6.60, or no, I paid $13.21 on this trip to the bin. So I really didn't find much. This is the second. I think this is the second day trip. Picked this up because it was new with tags. It's overalls. Some kids' overalls can be really good money. Vintage ones with like Care Bears and other franchises on there. And this was a sale that not a sale, but an item that'll probably go in the consignment sale. It's a dance outfit based on the. Actually, this might go on eBay. I don't know. That's the wrong end. I was like, that is not working. The brand was Revolution or something like that. Revolution Dance Company. I think it's a yellow. It looks like Bell almost. And then the Drew Brees jersey, y'all saw that in the clip. I think this might be a kid's size. It's a medium. It's got to be a kid's size. There's no way that would fit me. But yeah, that's it for this trip to the Goodwill outlet bins. Thanks for coming along for the adventure, guys. Don't forget to. I'm trying to untangle this silly thing before I pull everything and break everything. Don't forget to leave a like, comment with your favorite item that I found. Mine's probably going to be that all those comic books, because usually I say comic books aren't worth anything, but those might have some value. And subscribe. Thanks for watching.